You were never meant to find this message, but somehow, here you are. Something deep inside you is stirring, a quiet voice that's been trying to get your attention for days. This isn't your imagination. It's not a coincidence. Archangel Michael is trying to reach you, and he's warning you, listen now. Before it's too late. There are forces working silently in the background of your life. Energies that move without form, that influence without sound. You felt them, haven't you? That sudden heaviness when you wake up. The feeling of being watched when you're alone. The moments where everything feels off, but no one else notices. These are not just passing moments, they are signals. Spiritual alerts. And Archangel Michael has been assigned to step in before something hidden causes permanent damage. Your soul has been fighting battles it never told your mind about. There's been a strange silence in your spirit lately, not because you're lost, but because someone or something is trying to keep you in the dark. Someone doesn't want you to hear what's coming. But heaven does. When God sends Archangel Michael, it is never without reason. His appearance is a sign that divine justice is in motion, that a higher power is ready to act in your favor. But this time, the battle isn't just external. This is spiritual warfare happening around your energy, your peace, your future path. And unless you awaken to it now, it may stay hidden just long enough to derail what's ahead. Archangel Michael is not whispering anymore, he's shouting across the veil. He's calling your name in the spirit realm, breaking through the silence that's been manufactured around your life. He's saying, wake up, chosen soul. They've been watching. They've been manipulating. But your destiny is not in their hands. This message is reaching you because your name was spoken in the higher realms. Because heaven still has plans for you that the enemy is desperate to delay. There is something powerful written over your life, a divine scroll sealed with light, and there are shadows that would do anything to keep you from reading it. Lately, you've felt the urge to pull away from certain people. Trust that instinct. There are energies disguising themselves as support, but secretly draining your spirit. Archangel Michael sees through the masks. And he's guiding you back to the truth. He's placing protective boundaries around you right now, even if you can't see them. Certain delays, rejections, and sudden exits from your life weren't accidents, they were spiritual interventions. What you thought was loss was actually divine preservation. Archangel Michael was behind it, pulling you away from what would have destroyed your calling. You may have noticed the dreams lately, strange symbols, repeating numbers, or glimpses of light before waking. These aren't random. They're messages sent from the realm beyond, where angels gather to prepare your path. Pay attention. Heaven is trying to reroute your focus, because something is coming, something your soul has been preparing for across lifetimes. There's a reason you've felt spiritually tired. The weight you're carrying is not only yours, you've been absorbing pain, fear, and generational patterns that never belonged to you. Archangel Michael is now here to break that chain. To cut off the attachments that cling to your light. He's urging you to stop apologizing for your spiritual sensitivity. It is your power. Someone has tried to silence your intuition. They didn't want you to believe in your own inner knowing. But they underestimated how divinely protected you really are. Archangel Michael has encircled your energy with light. And no matter how loud the shadows become, they cannot penetrate what God has sealed. Listen carefully now, the shift is beginning. The timeline is bending. Your name is echoing in spiritual places where battles are being fought on your behalf. You may not hear it, but you can feel it. Something is different in the air. You're not imagining the tension, the pressure, the strange pull towards solitude. You're being spiritually repositioned. You were never meant to blend in. You were marked long ago to be a light in dark places. But with that light comes resistance, and that's why you felt surrounded lately. But the truth is, you're not surrounded by darkness. You're surrounded by angels. By unseen guardians watching your every step. And at the center of them all stands Archangel Michael, sword drawn, shield raised, ready to fight for your breakthrough. There's something you need to know, and Archangel Michael is pressing it into your spirit now. You were never meant to carry this battle alone. Every tear you've cried in silence has been recorded in the heavenly realm. Every moment of doubt, fear, and exhaustion was witnessed, and divine reinforcements were already dispatched before you even asked for help. The reason you're under pressure isn't because you're weak. It's because you're close to something powerful. Breakthrough doesn't come easy, and the spiritual realm knows what you're about to step into. That's why the attacks intensified. But Archangel Michael has been intercepting what was never meant to reach you. The illness that missed you. The betrayal that failed. The confusion that lifted just in time. Those weren't coincidences. They were divine rescues. Even now, there are forces trying to distract you, trying to stir chaos in your mind, conflict in your relationships, and fear in your future. But you must remember, the louder the noise, the closer the revelation. That's why you've been feeling disconnected from people, uninterested in surface-level things. It's not depression, it's preparation. Heaven is detaching you from distractions so you can hear what's next. Archangel Michael is standing guard beside you right now. In places where you once felt afraid, you will begin to feel bold. In places where your voice used to tremble, you will speak with conviction. The divine is recalibrating your energy. Even your enemies are confused, because what was supposed to break you is only making you more focused. So if you've been seeing feathers, hearing bells, or sensing a presence when you're alone, take it seriously. These are not figments of imagination. These are confirmations. Heaven is thinning the veil around you because your assignment is growing. And Michael is your spiritual anchor in this storm. He is not just protecting you, he is leading you. The truth is, your soul signed up for something greater, even before you entered this life. There are contracts in the spiritual realm, and yours was marked with divine purpose. That's why ordinary paths don't feel right to you. That's why you felt misunderstood. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to awaken others, and that's exactly why the resistance has been so relentless. Archangel Michael is now activating a deeper layer of your calling. You may start feeling urges to change your environment, remove certain people from your life, or revisit childhood dreams. These are not random impulses. They are whispers from your higher self, guided by the divine. Your future self, the one who has already walked through fire and come out radiant, is trying to guide you now. Listen closely. Have you noticed how your sleep has been disrupted? How vivid your dreams have become? How you wake up with an unshakable feeling that something is shifting? That's not anxiety, it's alignment. The old version of you is dissolving. And with every moment of discomfort, a new spiritual layer is unfolding. Archangel Michael is cutting cords, invisible chains that have kept you tied to fear, doubt, and old pain. You may begin to see repeating numbers like 111, 444, or 911. These are divine codes. The universe is talking, and Archangel Michael is decoding the message for you in real time. Pay attention to synchronicities. A stranger's words, a line in a book, a song lyric, these are all being aligned to confirm what your spirit already knows: you are not alone in this. You never were. There's an energy building around you, a spiritual tension that means something big is about to be revealed. But remember, before elevation, there's always isolation. That's why you felt pulled away. That's why certain doors closed. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that spiritual awakening isn't always peaceful, it often begins with disruption. You might lose friends, question everything, or even feel like you're falling apart. But that's exactly when you're being rebuilt. You're being reshaped not for survival, but for ascension. There's a part of your soul that remembers who you truly are, and it's rising now, louder than the distractions, stronger than the doubts. That voice within you isn't just intuition, it's divine instruction. Sometimes, when you're sitting in silence and suddenly feel a wave of emotion, tears, chills, a sudden calm, that's Archangel Michael placing his presence beside you. Protecting you. Reassuring you that the chaos around you is not permanent. You're walking through a sacred fire, and on the other side is clarity you've never known before. The people who betrayed you? They were lessons. The pain you carried? It was preparation. And the feeling of being different? That was your calling whispering all along. Now, that whisper is becoming a roar. The time for hiding is over. The time for doubt has ended. The divine forces around you are aligning everything, every delay, every hurt, every closed door, to launch you into who you were always meant to become. You were never just here to exist. You were chosen to shift energy, to awaken souls, to walk as a mirror of God's love and power. That's why the enemy has tried so hard to distract you, to make you feel unworthy or forgotten. But the truth is, you've been seen all along. Your name is known in heaven. Your path is protected. And you. Destiny is unfolding, even now, as you hear this message. There is a reason you've been feeling a shift lately. It's because the spiritual realm has moved closer to you. The veil is thinner now, and what was once hidden is being brought into your awareness. Archangel Michael has been stationed near your spirit because what's coming requires heavenly strength. Not everyone around you will understand this journey, but that's because it wasn't meant for them. This path was carved with your name on it, sealed by divine purpose, and protected by angelic forces. You may have noticed people pulling away from you. That's not rejection, it's redirection. God is making room around you for connections that match your vibration. Archangel Michael is not just shielding you, he's orchestrating encounters, messages, and timing in a way you can't yet see. When things fall apart unexpectedly, it's often because something more aligned is being sent your way. Don't resist the collapse, honor the clearing. There's a storm approaching, not to harm you, but to cleanse you. It will remove what has been secretly working against your light. Some energies have clung to you, disguised as love or loyalty, but behind them were unseen forces draining your spirit. Archangel Michael has drawn his sword not just in protection but in truth. He's cutting cords, breaking soul ties, and silencing the whispers that tried to distort your inner knowing. This is a divine reset. You are not starting over, you are rising higher. Each tear you've shed is a seed, and what you're about to harvest is bigger than your past pain. The silence you feel now is not abandonment, it's preparation. God speaks the loudest in stillness. And right now, heaven is speaking over your life. And now, as you sit with this message, feel the energy around you begin to shift. The presence you've sensed is real. The guidance is not a coincidence. Archangel Michael has been sent for a reason, and that reason is you. There is divine order in this moment, and you are standing at the edge of something sacred. Let your heart remain open. Let your spirit remain alert. Because from this point on, nothing in your life will stay the same. A transformation has been set in motion, and heaven is watching over every step. If this message stirred something deep within you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to stay connected to more divine guidance. And if you feel called, show your support with a super thanks. It helps this mission reach others who need it just as much as you did. You were meant to receive this today. Now go forth, protected, guided, and chosen. Heaven walks with you.